And there we are. There's the intro. And hello, everyone. Hopefully, people are out there. But happy Friday. My name's Todd Rains from the wrong side, Woodturning Tool Store, and happy to be here again Friday afternoon. It's a little chilly in the shop, but I got a little space heater going. So it's that time of year when if you do have space heaters, just make sure you unplug them when you're not in the shop or not around. Anyway, I am doing a couple of things today. Finishing a couple of things, Christmas presents. These are for my daughter, who's kind of an avid gardener, and now cooking a bit more. So that's good. We'll be seeing her in a few weeks. So we're going to do this turning today, at least to try one. I've got blanks for more, so we always need to practice sometimes, and sometimes we don't get to practice. And so this is one of the times I haven't practiced this specifically, but this is what I'm making for gifts. So and probably another gift or two for the almost son-in-law, I guess, my daughter's boyfriend. So let's first talk about a couple of things. Good evening, Philip. Thank you for popping into the chat. I almost felt like I was talking to nobody out there, but thanks for having me, thanks for joining me here today, and hope you're having a good evening over there. Hey, Michael, good to have you here. Thank you for joining. Happy Friday as well. So what do we got going on? So let me, first of all, like I said, what am I making for gifts this Christmas? And so a couple of things over there, garden dibbers, and kind of finish off a spatula. I've already turned the spatula. It was one of my demos, paid for demos. So it's a unique design. I'll just do a bit of finishing off and stuff here today. So David's here. Thank you for joining, David. Good to see you. And Cindy, thank you for joining. Appreciate it. And so good to have the crew here. So let's see. I was going to go here. That's how you get a hold of me. If you need anything from me, answer questions, anything about the store, please feel to drop me a line. Any of the products I carry, I'd be happy to answer those. So, Glenn, thank you for joining. Good afternoon to you. And a couple of things coming up. Cindy's got a Tool Talk Live session next week. And I don't know. I think actually, let me see here. So, let me talk about that. Sorry, I got the wrong banner here. So usually every 2 weeks on Thursdays, check her Facebook page and that, and you'll be able to see her there. So, oops, wanted to do that, get myself off there. And so that's next Thursday, but I had this out of order a little bit. One of the things she's doing next week on the 6th, the Tuesday, is her Q&A and sharing session. So look for that next Tuesday. Go check out her webpage, sign up and subscribe to her newsletter. You'll get an invite through email to that. So it's a free Zoom meeting, 2 p.m. Eastern time on Tuesday. So, Cindy says, or scan the code on the screen. I copied this message from Cindy's account, so I don't have the code. Cindy, maybe just drop in your website and how they sign up for the newsletter. That'd be fine. I was kind of in a rush, so I went over to Cindy's account, copied the message, and popped it in here. And so anyway, that's that. Holiday showcase is coming up. Let me just turn that off for a second. We'll take a look at the whole thing. This is, and I'll do this. I'll get down the corner here. This is going to be a lot of fun. Obviously, Cindy and myself and Lyle and John and Steve and Joe have been doing vendor showcase for I guess a year and a half now, maybe more. And it's just a free Zoom meeting. Come and watch us talk about tools a little bit, do a little demo. and maybe a little auction, and just answer questions, and generally have a good time. So that's going to be 2 nights, or 2 evenings, or late afternoons, Saturday and Sunday, December 10th and 11th, 4 to 6 p.m. Eastern time. So check out your time zone. Excuse me. And that's going to be a lot of fun. So I'm looking forward to that one. So that is there. And I do have, shoot, I should have had this up. Not that one. This one. So I do have the QR code for that one. So take your phone out and scan that QR code, and you should be able to see and get that registration link right there. So that should be lots of fun. So looking forward to people joining us there. And yeah, so thank you. There's Cindy sign up for her free sharing session, and she says we did the first one June 2020. Yeah, that was near the virtual AAW symposium. So yeah, it's been a while. So anyway, that's been a lot of fun doing these vendor showcase things. So check that out. And where did I get that one? I know there's a button to clear all those things, but can't seem to find it. It's probably a shortcut key. So yeah, lost train of thought working this tech. So yeah, check that out. We're gonna have some fun. It's only a week and a bit away. It's the second today, so not this weekend, but next weekend. Is that right? Yeah, third. Yep, next weekend. Not this one, but 9 days away. So 8 days away. Sorry. Yeah, should be a lot of fun. So let's see. David, thanks for joining in. 36 degrees in your shop. Yeah, it's not quite that bad here. It is probably 50 some odd degrees out here. So a little bit chilly, but not bad. Let's see. What am I doing today? Well, let me see. What have I got? That's it. I think that's it for the slides. I didn't have too many today. So let's go to overhead, and let me take that QR code down. So we are looking at a chunk of mesquite on my headstock here. We're going to turn a little dibber, garden dibber. I've made a sort of a layout design, and these are meant to kind of jab into soil, swirl around. They're marked every inch, so you can kind of determine how deep you got to go with and then you can plant put your plant in the hole you've created. So this one's fairly skinny. I don't even know. Was this 2 inches? Yeah, about 2 inches. So, and about, well, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 inches long. Let me do that again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Start at 0, not 1. Or the other way around. 8. And so we got probably about 10 inches total length here. It's kind of a long one. Doesn't need to be that long, but I thought I'd start there. I was sketching out, how I want to do this knob. I've got a little fillet and then a cove off this oval knob. This one is just a sweeping curve from one to the other. And then another option is to do a undercut under that. So I kind of think maybe this might be good because you kind of hold it like a hook in your hand. So I don't know. We'll see how it goes. This is mesquite I got from it's fairly dry. I've got several blanks of it, so that I cut up on the bandsaw the other day. So they should make good, sturdy, hard garden dibbers. So it should be a lot of fun. And I'm going to get started doing that. So I'm just looking at the chat, checking up, see what's happening. So, oh, Tony joined. Thanks for joining, Tony. Good to have you here. I thought I saw Michael say hi. So, yeah, let's take a look. Safety glasses, and we'll get going. I should have cleaned those first, but there you go. A couple ways to rough this down. We could use our good old standard roughing gouge. That would be perfectly acceptable. Could use the big skew. So I'm going to try the skew today. See how that goes. So, I should mention what I tried to do in laying out the blank. I didn't quite get so successful with this one, but close. Is I wanted the sapwood running parallel up the side of the dibber, so that one side of this round thing would kind of have a streak of yellow in it, and the rest would be the brown. So that's kind of why I tried to angle it that way. When I put this center off, it's kind of off axis. I should have been more like that sort of thing. I didn't quite get there with the rest of the blanks. That we got some bark in the way on this one, but we got yellow streak here. I wanted it that more in here, and then coming up the side. But this was actually a crotch piece of wood, so my crotch figure kind of got in the way of my plan. But then I thought, well, maybe that crotch figure will be nice. So, and then I got a little extra piece of smaller piece of mesquite. I'll do maybe bottle stoppers or something with. So we'll see. But this stuff's been sitting in my shop for quite a while, so it should be relatively dry. I've got this between centers. We're going to do this whole thing between centers. Got my long tool rest out. I've got the tool rest set up just a little bit higher than normal, I guess. Let me bring this other camera across here and zoom in this way. Kind of get a shot. So I just got a few camera movements to make and set up here. This 230 kind of caught up with me rather quickly, and so I wasn't fully prepared. So let me see, what do I got on the wide shot? We got that on the wide shot, or we got that. So we got different views. I won't put them picture in picture because it's kind of taking the whole thing over, but we'll switch between them every once in a while. So I got my tool rest set up a little higher. It's just where I'm right at center. I may go even a little bit higher, and that's really just to maybe before I do that, I'm going to take this, and I've got a little button here. I'm going to grab a still. So actually, let me do that again. Take me off there. Grab still. And so what I can do is at least, let's see, where'd that go? Yep, right there. So now we've got a still image of it. Right there. If I switch to that, doesn't look like anything's changed, but my hand's in front. If I do picture in picture, you can see my hand in front, but there's nothing on the still image. The image behind the picture in picture is a still. So that'll allow me to take a look at that picture and this as a picture and be able to see the design. So a little handy. Whoops, that's going backwards. I was sanding the other day. Oh yeah, I should show that too. So when I cut up a bunch of this mesquite, I had a bunch of little pieces that I had, wedges I cut off. I guess slices I cut off the log, and so I created a bunch of little wedges. So I've got skinny wedges, twice the size wedges, and then larger wedges. So we've got a variety of wedges. So I've got all this extra stock or offcuts and stuff. So I made a bunch of wedges, and I was sanding those up the other day. So never know when I'll need those. Let's see. All right, so now we'll get back down here again. I would traditionally do a peeling cut to take this to round, but I've been watching some other turners and roughing to round using this cue just by planing cut. So instead of, this is the peeling cut that I would normally kind of use. Take it to round, but I've been wanting to try and experiment with going to round with the planing cut. It's a little bit intimidating first doing it, but nice hard mesquite is this is why I wanted to kind of get high on the rest, because I instead of having my handle so low, I want it up a little bit. I want to cut more up top rather than down at the midpoint. So I'll raise it up even a little bit more, and that'll bring my tool handle up a little bit. If we look at the side view, instead of having my handle down here, it's going to be up a little bit. So if I raise it up even a bit more, I am now probably a good 1/4 inch over center. Then I can peel on the top. And for me, that's a bit more comfortable with my my stature. So we'll try that. And we're just about to round, not quite fully here, not quite, well, pretty much down here, but let's get the whole thing to round, get a nice surface on it. It's close enough. Let's take a look. We've got, nice looking mesquite. We're going to take this point down, so I need to find that. Let me do that overlay again and mark out where this top is going to be. And I wonder if I can, let me see if I can play around here a little bit. This is going to be just a little bit funky. So I get a bit of ghosting action. So I'm doing a transition between, you can see that where the tool rest used to be, where it is now, but I didn't change the orientation of the camera. So I've got able to lay out as a ghosted image where that mark is. So I can see that my knob wants to be right there, and my shoulder wants to be right there. That's pretty cool tech. I like that. So I'm going to try and leave this overhead camera alone, not zoom it in, not focus it, or move it side to side, so we can keep coming back to this drawing. So take that away. We've got our 2 marks where our knob's going to be. So there, or where our knob is going to be, and our cove is going to be, and then the rest is kind of naturally going to fall. I got to drop the rest back down for the tools I'm going to be using. So I'm going to try doing a little bit of skew work on this knob, but if not, we'll go back to the spindle gouge, because you got to be willing to try new tools, learn how they work, and see how that goes. So let's see. Michael was saying, let's see. Let me just Sorry, I missed the demo on Saturday. Had to go out of town, deal with it. Okay, yeah. So I did a club demo to Island Woodturners, Michael's hometown, and it went. Oops, there we go. Went fairly well. The bowl had some issues, but the whole process went well. The demo went well. So he's saying we had an executive last night, and everyone was happy with the demo. Good, good. Yeah. So the replay's there, Michael. I don't know if you've seen it, but it's up and ready for you. Let's see. Cindy, wedges are handy to have. Yeah, absolutely. Gerald, good to have you here. Thank you for joining. Appreciate it. And Cindy is saying, I like the pencil lines from your drawing. Show where the piece is round. I got to try that one. I like the way the pencil lines from your drawing show when the piece is round. Yeah, I'm not quite sure. Okay. When you're using this cue, I find myself watching the expression in your face more than the gun. Yeah, I tend to kind of grit my teeth, and I get that from my Uncle Chuck. He was always making that face, and it's one of those things. It's a family trait. Not my. It's autonomic nervous system doing that, not voluntary. So, love that image superimposed. Yeah, it works well. I was just thought I'd give it a shot. So, let's get back at it, and we'll see if we can't round this over a little bit. I'm not really great at skew work, but we shall experiment. We're going to lose about a 1/4 inch or maybe 3/16 off the end with the center points. All right, so we'll do a little V-cut here. Oops. I'll take that tool away before I do that. We'll have to clean that up a little bit. All right, let's see what damage that little skate back did. It's got a little spiral there. All right. I'm going to take down some of this longer perimeter, and then we'll come back and do the. I'll do the V cut here. And I think I've lost my initial design idea, but we'll see. Maybe not. Oh, this mesquite is hard stuff. That's why it's going to make a perfect wood for this project. Let's get a bit more speed. And from the tailstock view, I just widen that out just a little bit. Oops, wrong way. can see my hand coming up as I get to the lower parts of the turning. You have to raise the handle. And I am a little uncomfortable. I should be learning how to do this with my left hand leaning, but I'm right-handed, so I'm not really comfortable doing it this way, but we'll try it. Yeah, it's just trying to coordinate all those movements with a different hand is just not natural. I gotta change hand positions there. We're gonna end down here about somewhere in about that range. So let's go back to overhead. So in about there. Trying to get that flat. I'm going to work on this cove before it gets too small. So we'll switch to a, first of all, let's stop and take a look at how we look to our design so far. Oops, wrong thing. In the preview. So there we go. We're pretty close. I feel like we're not bad. Need to get a little skinnier down here, but following the taper pretty well. So cool. All right. Let's get this spindle gouge out, and I'm now still a little high, and we'll get that a little closer, and we'll do some spindle gouge work. We'll just do some practice cuts. Okay, let's waste a bit away. Before I get too crazy, that's a bit too wide to get in there. I've got a smaller one. Just deciding whether those shoulders are going to be about the right size. Probably not for that upper one, but okay, so that's how big our fillet's going to be, because I had that little, whoops, yep, not quite right. Get that tool right on center. Now I'm going to Okay, I'm just going to stop that for a second. I want to just kind of see. Yeah, so that's a good size, I think. So I'm liking that. We'll smooth that top little round over a little bit. I'm going to clean up some chip out here. I'll probably just round that shoulder or maybe bevel it. I think I'll bevel it back a little bit, and then we'll be good. I'm going to angle the tool rest now so I can get a better skew angle for the rest of the turning. That's too low for my skewing work. So let's, there's the image. I want that one. There's that one. So let's see if I can, I wonder if, I'll try the smaller one. It's going to be sharper. It's not too bad. Okay, let's take this. And see how that all turned out. So let me go back there. A little bit of bumpiness here. I need to kind of smooth out. Let's see. So there's the overlay. We're pretty close. I'm happy there. Happy there. Kind of an idea here. So good. All right. So I don't know that I'll take it too much skinnier down here. I'm gonna clean up this rat's nest here a little bit. That feels better. Take that out and bring up the sanding jig or the hood, dust hood. And sand with some 80 grit to start with. $15.05. I may not get to the spatula work today, but we'll see. You know, a nice flat board along here would work, but this doesn't have to be exactly flat, so I'm okay with that. Okay. That's 220. Where's the, looking for the next grit? 120. Probably should have reduced that a little bit before I started sanding, but trying to avoid the fillet there. I may have to take a tool to that surface. It's got a little flat spot right there I didn't see. So a chance to take this down. Flatten that top off a little bit. Ah, damn it. Clean all that up again. Oh well. It's only wood. I tell you, trying to get around this corner is one of the challenges, and it leads down into nothing. There, I think that's got it. A little lumpy. I take my, so I got a little bit, I'm going to take my gouge and do gouge work on it because I'm a little bit better at that than skew. All right, so here we go. Find that bevel. Sorry, I'm awfully quiet, folks, but Getting this thing finalized a little bit to shape anyway. Stop and we'll take a little break. Let's see what's on the chat. Let's see. Let's see. Glenn had the point. Yeah, angle to arrest. So that's what I did. Thank you, Glenn. And let's see, Philip. Could you leave the superimposed on the screen and look at the monitor, follow the outline, and turn? Yeah, you could actually, absolutely. Let's take a look at doing that. And I do that again. And again, this is taking a still image with the ATEM, or grab a still, and then transitioning that still on air on top of your turning. So I'll leave it about there. So that's about where we're at. I think I got pretty close to what I wanted to do here. So yeah. So I'll just finish up sanding in here, and we'll call this guy done. And I'll show you a little bit of what I was going to do on the spatula, which I've already got done, but and let me take that off air. Trying to get my finger in the right place so I don't hit those fillets. Those tool marks out of the way. Was that was 120. This will be 220. Kind of lose that bevel definition, but that's fine with me. I think 220 is going to be fine. That's all I want to really do here. We need to mark the inch increments. Let's get our big ruler. Do pencil this time and not... could do this, I suppose, with the overlay, but I'll measure it out just to make sure. So we've got 1 inch right there, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 is actually right there. Okay, looks good. Let's see how close those were. Just off a little bit, but pretty close all the way up. Yeah. Excellent. Okay. So let me mark those all the way around. I'll do a little incising. The skew, V-cut, and then a little wire burning. I don't know, soil, digging in the soil, I think just an oil finish is going to be more than fine. It's going to see a lot of moisture, so It's kind of one of the reasons why I wanted mesquite for this project. It's pretty rot resistant. All right, hopefully I didn't make that too skinny to do these V-cuts. I don't think so. Back that off just a little bit. Don't need too much of a V-cut. Just enough for the little burning wire to fit into. Let's just see if that's... I've got a big burning wire here, a thick one, so yeah, that'll work. So let's do that. That's the wrong tool. Let's try that one. Right there at that one, so... So I need some cheaters. I don't have cheaters. These glasses, safety glasses, are just plain old safety glasses. I've got prescription lens underneath them, so... But it'd be nice to be able to see a bit closer. All right. Move my garbage can out of the way. It's underneath the lathe. So don't need any of this hot embers down in there. Looks good. Now let's just do that last grit of sanding. Get rid of the overburn. And that looks all right. Yeah, this should have been a bit bigger, maybe, these ones, but we'll live with that. All right. Trying to get as small as I can. Yeah, I'll do this one with my spindle gouge. There we go. There we go. We just got to carve that guy off. We've got a pretty good point there, so yeah, not bad. So before and after. All right. Well, that's I'm gonna finish doing that up later, and put some oil on it afterwards and sand that final end. But that is that. Let me catch up here a little bit. Handle for small hands. I'm not sure. Don't forget the rules. The V cut for ruler. Yes, yeah, did that. Glenn is asking. Oops. Glenn is asking, are you going to burn in? Yep, I did that. Yep. Mike says very nice. Okay, good. I didn't miss a step. Thanks for reminding me, everybody. And so that's good news. So we've got a few minutes left, and so I am going to show a little bit of it's sanding. Sorry to say, but it is necessary to do. I'm going to remove that tailstock live center. I'm going to remove the head, the drive center. I think I need to do that. I think so. Oh, just a mess of cables. Hang on. There we go. And let's see. What do I need to do? I need to put on my spindle adapter so I can move my camera head now. So this is just going to take my 1 1/4 down to 1 inch. A little spacer on there. I have. So what I'm gonna do is one of my demos I did a while ago, last year I guess, was making spatulas and spoons with these little cutouts. These little cutouts sit on the if I go wide, sit on your pot. If you pretend this is the pot edge, that'll sit on the pot. So that's the idea behind the notches for the spoons. The spatulas are the same, but they've got this slanted slope and a nice curve to them. So trying to get that curve. Most of it was cut on the bandsaw, but the rest is going to be sanded. These spoons have to be power carved out, or carved in some respects. So we're going to smooth out these spatulas, and we're going to use my modular tool handle system. So one of the tool handle tubes looks like this, got a nice foam grip on it and stuff. I've taken one of those and put some Velcro tape basically on the outside, so that's going to screw on. They're threaded 1x8, so they'll fit right on your spindle thread. Take that out. I've got some Abernet. I've cut it at this angle so that it will basically lay down and create a nice spiral. I just have to get it set right. That's a little tighter. Don't quite got this angle quite set quite right, but close. There we go. That's going to be close enough. So we've got Velcro on there. I'm going to steady the other end of the tube with this rubber chucky. It's just going to fit right in there. In fact, actually, that might be a big. Let's stick on this one. So I made this the other day doing the candlestick demo. I guess last month. It's just a little revolving cup center that goes on your tailstock, and we'll bring that up. And just have that kind of steadied there. So we've got dust collection here, nice and close. And turn that on. We've got to have the lathe in reverse, slowed right down. And now we've got a nice little drum sander. And if I do that's how it'll work. So it just fares that curve out a bit, all the way up to the sort of handle side, up there. And I've got a little bit of a divot on the end. What I want to do is make sure I get this blade width equal all the way from this end to that end. So I got to do a bit more work down here and maybe a bit right there. So that's a matter of turning this sort of to get that even, and do that from both sides. Fix up this back here. It's a little rough from the bandsaw cut. This is 80 grit Abernet, by the way. I've got a strip of 120 here ready to go. So we'll use that next and finish it off. So lathe is running around 750 RPM. Fast enough for this sanding. Just kind of sparing this out a little bit. And then finalize this blade a little bit more. Now the radius you put on here all depends on your pot. If you want your dinner pot has a wide radius in the bottom corner, because this is going to go into the corner. This is going to go into the corner of the pot, and so that'll dig out. Depending on the radius of your pot, that's what you want it to do. Okay, that's fairly well shaped. Happy with that. Nice thin edge. Get under all the food. I'll maybe go just a bit thinner actually, right here. That's feeling better. There. All right, let's do the cherry one since I've got it here. Not a lot left to do on this one. It's pretty much curved or in fact, I think I'll go straight to the 120 with this one. Yep. All right, so off comes the 80. And then on with the one. On with the 120. And that is how you kind of shape up your spatulas if you're doing them on a homemade drum sander at home. Obviously, you can make your own drum sander. The modular handle makes it kind of very easy to do. All right, so we can see we've got a tighter radius on this spatula than this one. So different pots, maybe a fry pan, maybe a saucepan. And the curve, and of course being able to stick them on your pots. And I have to stand that upright to make it work. So a bit more sanding to do on the handle here for both of them. So that I'll do on another tool, another sanding jig. But that is it, I think. I have got. Thank you for being here, Cindy. Thank you very much. And thanks everybody else for being here. Don't forget to, not that one. Well, not that one, this one. Register for vendor showcase and hope to see you there if I find that one. Should be a lot of fun and stuff like that. So yeah, go make your Christmas gifts. Go make your, where to go? Your garden dibber and your spatulas or kitchen utensils. I'm gonna make a key bowl for the boyfriend, my daughter's boyfriend. So a few other things to make before we go and go for a visit. So beyond that, let me know if you need anything from me, any questions. I'm here, and hope you guys all have a great weekend. And sorry it was kind of a silent movie for some of it, but we got the project done. So one last show, full screen. So that's what we got done today. Nice little 8-inch garden dibbler or dibber out of mesquite. Oh, I didn't think. Yeah. So the sapwood, and I'll just go overhead here quickly. I was trying to get the sapwood up one side. I've got a little bit of it right there, but maybe a streak of it here, but that's about it. So didn't work out. We got a little bit of a knot up there. It's kind of nice, but otherwise nicely structured, nice looking grain. I'm quite happy with it. So oil on this will look nice. So once I get this top end sanded and fixed and stuff like that. So these will also get either nothing or a little bit of walnut oil. I typically put nothing on them, and just let the natural oils from your cooking season them. So sometimes the best finish is the simplest finish, or no finish at all. So anyway, that's it for me. Todd here at Woodturning Tool Store. Hope you all have a great Friday afternoon, evening, morning, wherever you are, and have a great weekend. Stay safe. Watch out for Cindy's sharing session on Tuesday, and live stream on Thursday. So, and then of course up there in the corner, vendor showcase. So that's it for me. I'm out. Thanks very much, everybody, for joining, and y'all take care. All right. I saw one last thing. Lee, use it to plant popcorn. Okay, we'll see popcorn in 8 days at the vendor showcase. Bring your popcorn, bring your refreshments, and we'll see you there. Bye, y'all. Thanks everybody for joining.